We need to talk. How do you feel when you hear those words? It tends to not be super great. So I actually made a whole video and did healing downloads in my free group Bliss, and I'm going to link after I get done this video if you guys want to go deeper into a better way to reframe we need to talk to checking in and clearing negative beliefs around that and aligning with being super okay, talking to everyone in your life, being on the same page with them, and having open, clear, vulnerable, honest, brave, awesome communication. So if that is resonating with you, definitely check out the video. I think it was like 10 minutes that I just did in that group of soul sisters that we have going on, and that felt like the same kind of energy that I should come on here with to be like, why am I talking about bliss? Why am I talking about sexual empowerment and all this stuff this year? And I had a beautiful conversation earlier today about why I was doing it, and that it's still at like the forefront of my brain, so I'm like, cool, I need to share this with more people. And hey Angela, hi Poppy, I hope you guys are having an awesome evening. And it's essentially come because last year when I felt called to becoming Joyful Goddess and had all this new download of my title and shifting and changing and how I'm here to empower women, I had so much resistance. And then I would like shine my light a little bit brighter and like dim it back down if someone said something mean, or like I got a hater comment, or someone's like, oh, it's TMI if you talk about masturbation, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna like affect my business, and this is like, I can't have like a lead thinking that like I'm talking about like dirty, sinful, wrong things. And there was so many things where like I take a step forward and then a step back, and I was stalling my shine last year. And I was privately working with clients that I got really like we would do a lot of support work and different things, and then we got close, and then I'm like, hey, do you want to do some like work on this? Like this keeps coming up for you. And then I kind of got into like doing healing sexual traumas and past stuff and helping women, and I can see how big a deal it is to feel broken, and that there are so many women who have similar stories like me. And that resonated so much last week when I posted that I had a lot of trouble earlier in life getting wet, and I felt broken. I felt like an old lady who's like dry and there must be something wrong with me, and I just like need all this lube, otherwise it fucking hurts. And like sometimes I'll just put up with the pain with it because I don't want to be like, so like, can you finish, or like, can we get more lube? Like, this hurts, like this doesn't feel good. And I felt like a terrible girlfriend. I felt like there was something literally wrong with my vagina because I wasn't orgasming, and I had so much shame around it. I felt so terrible about it, and I had to like piece together like different books and like articles and YouTube videos and healing sessions to work through my sexual trauma from being molested when I was younger, to deal with all the different junk that I had kind of talked about in my post around all the different links for why I wasn't feeling safe to receive pleasure, for why I had to like melt the iceberg that had kind of formed around me protecting myself over the years, around so many different things. And I know because of what keeps coming into my reality that so many women need support on their journeys, and they don't have a ton of support readily available. It's just not something that a ton of people are like shouting from the rooftops, that like women can feel okay masturbating and have deep pleasure and have awesome sexual relationships and speak your truth and not have a fucking blocked throat chakra. Like having the people pleasing and the perfectionist and like being a good girl and all that stuff that was holding me back, like it fucking sucked. And now being on the other side, I'm not just using like happy as like, I rarely use the word happy to describe myself. I use like joyful or blissful or like euphoric or like orgasmic or like life's so pleasurable, like life is fulfilling, and it can be that way. And it sucks that so many people are just getting by or surviving instead of thriving, or just like being okay, or just being so fucking busy and stressed out all the time. Like that's not what we're here on this planet to do. Like we are beings of love, and when you're connected to that and you do the work on it, you can feel your best life. Like you can be more joyful and happy and blissful. And I feel like it's so needed for me to share this now, because when I wasn't sharing it last year, I had a fucking dark night of the soul because I was in so much resistance, and I had to do a lot of work on the stuff that was coming out for me. And when I was in resistance to it, it wasn't good. So I was sharing in like the 50-minute video that I had done yesterday in Bliss about twin flames and that relationship and all the like, I'm a huge seeker. I'm like always reading a book and tuning into like high vibe people and podcasts and going to events and workshops and new certifications and modalities. Like, I'm a huge seeker. I love improving myself. So in my twin flame relationship, that like brought up all the stuff continuously while I was also being an entrepreneur, which brings up your stuff continuously, and doing the inner child healing work and doing like the shadow work and so much stuff. So I have been there, I've done that. I've now become a theta healer because I loved working with my theta healer. I'm a master Reiki practitioner because I love getting Reiki and healing and supporting my body and healing these things. So I feel like it's so needed for there to be a wonderful safe space. That's why I created the community Bliss. And then that's why I'm also launching From Broken to Blissful. I know that I've been teasing it as I've been like behind the scenes, making it just like so good and incredible for exactly what people need. So that From Broken to Blissful Masterclass that some people have been asking about, that's on February 11th at 8 Atlantic, 7 Eastern. So if you want to mark your calendars for that, I'll be putting up the link for the event in it too. And I'm just so excited for this because people deserve to live blissful, happy, joyful lives. And I truly believe that people who are lit up and excited and in their passion and confident and feeling powerful, not in like a bad, like, let's make other people feel bad or anything, but just like not a victim, not small, not dulled down, like you being the brightest light of unconditional love that you can be in the world. I truly feel like women and men showing up like that is the only way to change the world, that's how you can be the change that you want to see in the world, and that it's fully my responsibility to talk about bliss because you can have it. And I've gone through the shit and all the stuff that I had to do, and I used to be a workaholic and I was numbed out and codependent, and I had to move through and release so much of this stuff to get to the other side. And I had a lot of times when I felt like I needed to dull down my shine and people would talk about it, and I hadn't built enough internal strength and confidence and that cheerleader voice up quite enough to be like, I need to do this. This is my purpose and mission on the world. And when I went to Date with Destiny, that became so clear to me that this is why I'm here. It's truly why I was put on the planet, is to shine my light and love and help and support mostly women, but like everyone has so many incredible spaces. So like I feel called to supporting women because we can support our partners and our husbands and our brothers and our community members. And I am not here to support every single person on this earth, but I feel like I can make positive ripple effects that will affect other people who will affect other people who will affect other people. So I might not be the perfect person to support like some random like hickish guy who isn't believing woo-woo stuff, but if I inspire another woman who inspires a friend, who inspires his wife, who inspires him to like be more loving and be more nurturing to our environment and being just like a little bit better of a person every day for ourselves, for our own health and well-being, and for the health and well-being of other people, I truly believe that that makes such a better place. And I'll check into everyone who's popping on live. I'm like, like all the things. And thank you guys for your love. Hi Drita and Carrie and Olivia, and thank you for your hearts, Angela. I love you too. And Carrie says, hey Laura, hey, hope you're having an awesome night. Hi Sue and Nikki and Christine and Misty and Bonnie. I hope you guys are having an awesome night. And Cheryl. So yeah, I fully feel that us showing up and sharing our light with the world makes the world a better place. That's why I'm launching From Broken to Blissful in the month of love in February, because it's such a high vibration. Like, love is the highest vibration. So I wanted to open enrollment officially on the 1st of February. So enrollment's now open for the group program. It's going to be 3 months long, and it's going to help women on their journeys in a group of 10 women or less of this nurturing, safe, supportive container of healing your past trauma, the sexual shame and guilt, and all the junk that's made you a good girl but has really been hurting you and suppressing you and making you dull your shine, so that you can feel fucking awesome while you're single and take yourself out on dates and feel confident and loving to yourself and be unconditionally loving to yourself first and foremost, so you can receive more unconditional love from your higher power, be that like God, creator, source energy, the universe, so you can receive that love from the other people in your life, from your intimate partner, from your friends and your loved ones, so you can receive more in your life on all levels, including pleasure and bliss and sexual bliss and awesomeness, which is what Bliss is about when I talk more about that sexual empowerment stuff in a space where like my family can't randomly pop on and my brothers hear me talk about sex. And hey Robin. And I love all the hearts. You guys are awesome. Thank you. And Jada and Nikki and Stephanie and Kelly. I hope you guys are having an awesome night. So I'm super excited to get deep into all of this stuff. I'm doing a ton of videos and I'm going to be showing up in Bliss, that free group, because I don't feel like I'm the perfect person for every single person, and I want to hold very sacred, loving space for the healing of the women that I feel called to in this group, and also a couple one-on-one clients who want to go deep into this as well. So if that's resonating with you, save your calendar date for February 11th, and there will be a replay, but if you want to catch it live to ask questions, or if you want to send in your questions beforehand just to make sure that that's all getting done, it's 8 Atlantic, 7 Eastern on February 11th. So mark your calendar for that if that's calling to you, and that's totally free of a masterclass, just because I'm like, I need to like share all these things and give them a framework so that they can get their feet wet and go away with tools. And I'm also doing free healing downloads and Bliss and all this stuff, so that literally this is everything that I wish that I could have had when I was going through that journey, when I felt so ashamed, when I felt like there was literally something broken with me as a human being, and that I was always going to be like fucked up as a girlfriend, and like my abandonment issues and my dad never loving me or showing me affection, that was going to like fuck me up for life. Like, I felt terrible in so many ways, and I really wish that I could have found someone who had gone through that path, who was like, yeah, I've been there, it sucks, here are the ways that you can move through it, and like here's some like pitfalls that you can avoid. So like, don't get caught in that, and don't downward spiral when that shows up. Like, this is a normal part of this process on this journey, and you can move through it with so much love and ease and joy and grace. And setting your intention every day, guys, for that intention of, I set my intention for ease, speed, grace, joy, and love, supports you so much on your journey. So I also encourage you guys to like put that on a post-it, do whatever you need to like get in that energy of ease and grace and joy and love, instead of pain and hardship and struggle and suffering. That's sometimes a part of the process, but it doesn't need to be the societal story for the next 100 years in human life. And hey Ashley, and hi David. Yes ma'am, it's all connected to every aspect of your life. Yes, so true. Trita, ha ha ha, block your brothers. XO. Yeah, but like, I like to see them and like stay connected, because anyway, yeah. I have a public profile for my Love and Light show, so like anyone can come onto my public profile, which is why I wanted a sacred, safe space of women, soul sisters who consciously choose to go into Bliss. I'm not like sending out random invites for the group, and I encourage the members to also not randomly invite their friends to have like a one-on-one conversation and be like, hey, I learned this thing, or hey, I just watched this video, you might like it, and then ask them if they want to join the community with us, because I want it to be a loving, supportive, safe space community, not just like a random group. And I have other groups. I have like the Be Your Best Self group that had like over 500 people and stuff, and I could have just started posting content in there, but I really wanted it to be a conscious decision to join the sisterhood, to have that higher vibrational loving energy and support in there. And hi Angela, I hope you guys are having an awesome night, and then I'll scroll back down. And hi Ashley, hi Mindy. Okay, I think I caught everyone. So I'm super excited that enrollment's open for that. If that's resonating with you and you want to know more, let me know. I'm going to put the event in the comments below as well. Some people are like, just hearing the title From Broken to Blissful, being like, I need that in my life and I just need to like call and talk to you about it. I'm also offering 30-minute clarity calls just to also give you a safe space to talk in a judgment-free zone, to be like, this is what's happening. These are the kind of things that I would like to have prioritized on my content list, because I have tons of stuff all over my house of all the lessons that I've learned, and the limiting beliefs that I had to clear, and the blocks, and the different processes that I had to do, and physical exercises I had to do, and all these different pieces and parts. So I have so much that I want to give. I actually started channeling a book a couple weeks ago, because I'm like, I just need this to get out into the world. Like, I can literally stop another human being from suffering through all the pain of me having to, like, for a decade, bit and piece, like whatever the fuck was wrong with me, try to like fix it together, and I can literally help the older version of me go through this with a more ease and joy way. And I was actually telling a friend about that earlier today, that like in 2018, like the dark night of my soul was like not good and not fun, And I did like a grieving ceremony that Nicole Sylvester did. She had suggested it to me, I think in November. So then I like tried to do it like by myself, and I like didn't really go deep enough. I always go deeper with coaches and like people, with people externally getting real deep. So she'd actually posted her grieving ceremony that was like, I think almost an hour. Anyway. I was telling my friend that I was like on my yoga mat, like bawling my eyes out, being like, I'm letting those people down, like the soul sisters who need me to show up and be this healer and coach and mentor and support system for them. I'm letting them down. And my fears and gremlins and negative ego beliefs around all this other bullshit has been preventing me from just coming out and being like, you can be blissful, you can be happy, you can be joyful, you can be healthy, you can feel good and super loved, single or in a relationship. You can create conscious relationships. You can have your partner as your best friend and support system. You can have awesome fucking sex even if you've gone through a big dry spell. Like, you can do so much that like could save your marriage, that can save your relationship with yourself and prevent you from going down negative paths that could hurt you. Like, there's so many reasons that I feel called to do this work, and that's why I'm like, got over that bullshit, and now I'm like screaming it from the rooftops to be like, you can be blissful, here's all the ways, here's how I can support you. And then Judah, I know mine gets criticizing me too, lol. Yeah, so I'm glad that that's resonating. Hi, Alyssa. Sorry, I'm getting like all over the place. I'm like, all the messages. Anyway, I'm obviously super excited by all this, and I love your guys' hearts. Thank you guys for all the hearts and love. So I am super called to empower you guys in all the ways possible. If you guys in my public group right now, so watching from my public profile, if you have specific areas of your life that you want me to go deeper on or to touch on, single, relationships, sexual empowerment, healing sexual trauma, that kind of stuff, I'm totally excited and here to support you guys on all levels. Some people are way more comfortable doing that privately, so if you'd rather privately message me and be like, hey, this is coming up for me. A lot of people reached out to me last week, so I do have some things that I know want to be prioritized by people, but the more people give me their input, the more I can serve you guys in exactly what you need in your life right now, so that you can build really positive mindsets up, so that you can create the life that you truly want to be living, and that we can all be these lit up, happy, incredible, blissful, joyful, euphoric versions of ourselves that we truly deserve to have and that the world needs us to be right now. So I encourage you guys to shine your light in any way that you feel called to and in every way that you feel called to. And if From Broken to Blissful is calling your name, or just the Bliss group is calling your name, I invite you into those safe space communities as well. So I'm sending you guys so much love. Bye.